Yeah.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to take this time to sort of let you weigh in on a little secret of mine. I have a horrible sweet tooth. And you know, when I'm trying to cut weight, when I'm trying to keep my macros within a certain range, it tends to get pretty challenging because of that sweet tooth. So I've come up with a couple recipes that I think would be helpful for you, and I'm going to show you one here today. This is one of my favorite go-tos when I get that craving for something sweet. It is my low carb, low fat, high protein cheesecake. And you know, it takes a couple of ingredients, as you can see laid out here. I'll go over the steps on how to prepare it, the amounts to use, the time to cook it, and I want you guys to try it at home and let me know what you think. So, without further ado, let's get it started. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my dry ingredients, and for that, we're going to start with our protein powder. When it comes to protein powder, I like to use a protein that is a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit lower in carb, a little bit lower in fat, mostly protein. I used to work for GNC, and over the time I've sort of developed some tricks to kind of find a good quality protein powder. And one of the best tips I always have for people, and I still use today, is to look on the ingredients on the back of the bottle. And if the first ingredient is a whey protein isolate, that's the primary source of protein, and that's going to be what's going to compose the most protein in here. So it's a good high quality. First, we're going to use 2 scoops of protein, and it can be any flavor you like. I'm going to use vanilla here today because I want to keep a more traditional cheesecake. After that, we are going to add half a teaspoon of salt. But I'm not going to measure out half a teaspoon. I'm just going to do 2 shakes of the salt shaker. This is Himalayan pink salt, or pink sea salt. We like to use this because it tends to be a little bit better for you. We got this at Trader Joe's. It's super cheap. Tends to add a good flavor to it. It has more of a natural salty flavor than, you know, the white variety that you may find at your local grocery store. So I definitely recommend picking this up, giving it a shot. We have our next ingredient is baking soda or baking powder. You are going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of this as well. I'm just going to eyeball it because I've done this a lot before, so pretty easy for me to eyeball how much you need. A couple more shakes, perfect, awesome. Like I said, I have a horrible sweet tooth, so I like it to be a little bit sweeter than normal, and for that, I'm going to use a couple packets of stevia. I like to use Truvia. Tends to have a less bitter taste than other stevia products. You guys haven't ever tried stevia, it can be a little bit bitter if you use in higher quantities. Truvia is a little bit less bitter. So we're going to use 3 packets of Truvia. There we go. Good. Alright, so that concludes the dry ingredients. Now we're going to move to the wet ingredients. So this recipe calls for 12 ounces of cream cheese. I'm using light cream cheese because it is a little bit lower in fat and a little bit lower in carb than the regular standard. Sorry, that is our dogs. Open this pack. Alright guys, this is 12 ounces of cream cheese. I measured on my handy dandy food scale. I definitely recommend you getting a food scale, especially when baking. It tends to be a little bit more of a precise art. So food scales definitely help you to stick to a recipe and follow it thoroughly. So after that, we are going to crack 2 eggs. Alright, our next ingredient is going to be another 12 ounces of Greek yogurt. I go for the fat-free Greek yogurt, it tends to be higher in protein. Alright, so now I'm going to add the 12 ounces of Greek yogurt into the mix. Good. The next ingredient, a couple splashes of vanilla extract. This is to taste. I like the taste of vanilla, so I like to add a little bit more.
Primarily, we like to use organic things.
or food products. Some of the stuff we have is organic and not organic that he's using because we had it before, and we already had it in the refrigerator. But primarily we like to use organic products. The strawberries that he'll be using are organic. The vanilla extractors are organic, and also we got the cream cheese and the yogurt from Trader Joe's.
Alright guys, so we have all of our ingredients in the bowl. Now it's time to mix it up. So this may take a little bit. You gotta work that cream cheese. I also recommend, if you have time, it's something that I did not do today, but put the cream cheese in the microwave for 10-20 seconds, and that'll help to soften it up a little. Alright guys, so once you get your batter, your cheesecake batter, to the proper consistency where it's runny but still a little bit firm, it's ready to bake. So what I did, I don't have a cheesecake tin or a pie tin, so we're gonna make little cheesecake muffins. So we're gonna come over here. I sprayed the tin with a little non-stick spray so it doesn't stick. And now we're going to pour them in. I'm going to try to get it as even as I can. Alright guys, so here we have our cheesecake batter distributed into their muffin tins. We're going to place them in the oven now. I want you guys to preheat the oven to 375. Make sure it's at the temperature by the time you put them in. We're going to set our timer for 25 minutes. And we're going to start that. So we'll put these in. We'll check back in 25 minutes and I'll let you see what they look like. Alright guys, we pulled our muffins out of the oven. We let them cool for about 15 minutes and then we plated a couple. Here we have two different sizes. We have some smaller ones and some larger ones. We also topped them with some fresh organic strawberries. I want to talk about the calories that are in these. So for the entire batter, there's 690 calories, and you can break that down however you like. So if you do a regular cheesecake and cut it into 12 slices, you just divide that by 12. That's how many are in your slice. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please comment below, like, and subscribe. And definitely, let us know what you guys like, what you guys don't like. And to stay tuned for more great content. Alright guys, have a good one. Peace.
Yeah.